Alright, so ultimately, the moral of last week's practice was you can't be trying to bust the load every time you go throw. That was the moral of last week's practice. I caught myself out there trying to, uh, you know, trying to do too much on every rep that you take, and that just don't work. That's how you get your back blown. That's how you get your back blown out. That's just what that is. That's how you blow your shit out. That's how you bust a load and explode and end up like a chode and you broke. It's it's how that ends up on some serious shit. So learned my lesson. Was trying to got to the bottom of that this week. So and in the back of my mind today, I was like, okay, so how you relax? All right, how you actually relax? You gotta chill. You gotta chill. You can't be coming out here. You can't go too slow. You can't go too fast. It's a weird intensity thing. And I was trying to liken it to a weight room thing. You just lower the weight, right? And then you do more reps, which is essentially a lower intensity. Or you could do higher intensity. You could do more reps at a higher intensity, but you wouldn't do that all the time because that would zap your CNS. So it makes sense with weights. With this, it gets a little bit more complicated. But at the end of the day, this was working out for me pretty well. This ideology that I had in my head about how I'm supposed to conduct myself during practice, and I ended up down the stretch here taking some really, really relaxed throws, and I could have died happy. I could have croaked and choked, and yeah, I could have died because it was effortless. I was just chilling. So I got that feeling, and then I got fucking distracted. Got a phone call about some bullshit, and somebody distracted me. And this really pissed me. And this, I wasn't mad about it at the time. And you gotta pick up your phone. I try to when I'm out here, but when I got back to throwing, I said, "Golly!" I said, "Now what? I done got a phone call, lost my whole shit, done lost my whole train of thought." And I get to all this. I'm saying all this because you wouldn't want anybody interrupting you when you fucking. You wouldn't want nobody interrupting you when you fucking. You want one of your boys knocking. You want them knocking on your door, being like, what's good? You mid stroke. You mid stroke. You focus. You got a girl. You caked up with a girl. Even if you ain't even gotta be fucking. You just caked up with a girl, and you about to. You know what I'm saying? You about to, and you get to knock knock. No. The code. You got a code. You put the sock on the door. You say don't do that, because then you go back and you just like, damn. You like now. You like what? You like, where was I? You like where? Okay, all right. And your boy done fucked your whoever done fucked your ass. Your mama done came in, done fucked your whole ass up. Done fucked up the whole vibe. So it really is, and I hate to say it, but it really is like fucking too. Uh, Sometimes you take control. Sometimes the ball takes control. Sometimes the girl in control. Do you push? Sometimes you pull. You know what I'm saying? You sometimes you do the work. Sometimes you let the ball do the work. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're on top. Sometimes you're on bottom. You know what I'm saying? It's a serious. I think I'm on to something. I think I'm on to something. There really is. There's some similarities there. There's definitely some similarities there. So keep my mind in the gutter a little bit too. No, I don't keep my mind. I just be, I be coming up with metaphors and similes, and that's a pretty good metaphor. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot to compare there. And then at the end, you trying to bust a big ass load. That's what you trying to bust a load at the end of that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just come out the gates and just be trying to hint. They don't work like, especially with the hint. You gotta be. I mean, when you look at some of these throwers, yeah, it looks like, and when you look at setting world records, it's like, yeah, it looks like the ball comes out hot, but that was after thousands and thousands of hundreds of practice throw, and that's what it looks like to us, what we perceive, and obviously the ball accelerates to that point, but at the end of the day, that's not your perceived threshold of control. That's not what it is. I mean, you have to go. You have to be controlled at a lot lower threshold of control, a lot more before you can get to where that ball is coming in at that velocity. So everybody's throw is a little bit different, obviously, but that's something that you take into consideration. But I say all this, I done said all this bullshit But here's my point. There might be a no. There might seriously be a full blown silence policy at practice. There might be, even if I'm having a shitty day, I don't want to pick your motherfucking phone. I don't. This is really like fucking to me. This is I hate to, you know what I'm saying. This for good or bad or whatever. Hell or high water. I want my hour or so out of the day. My hour and a half. I want silence. I want to be left alone here. Like I really do. And the whole like gym, like I respect girls, and you can tell which ones be bullshit and which ones work out. Like I don't want to be hitting on no girl at no gym. Like no, like I get you supposed to or whatever, but like, man, this shit. I do not want to be I do not want to be interrupted when I'm in the zone, in the flow state, or even if I'm having a shitty day. I want to deal with the shitty ass thoughts too. I want to deal with trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong or what's going on today, or if my legs are tired, trying to figure out that problem. I'd rather sit there and deal with it than be motherfucking interrupted. And I got interrupted today, and not the end of the world. Kind of refocused and got back to what I was thinking about and what I was working on. But golly, that shit, I took two more throws, three more throws after that, and my shit was, I was like, what? So combobulated. It's like I got the girl in the room and you done fucked me up. You fucked me up, and I. The stupid analogy, I mean, the metaphor it makes too much sense to me. It makes sense. Maybe I'm not explaining it right or what have you, but it makes sense to me. So there's probably going to be a no phones, no distraction policy at practice, because I'm trying to get these loads off. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Your boy's trying to handle business out here, and even if it's mama and daddy or what have you, there still might be a. Because that's annoying when you get distracted. But I'm gonna have to figure out how to replicate this, because this was extremely relaxed, extremely smooth. Some of these throws, and if you go back, you can look at. I kind of marked off the throws where I wasn't even trying, and that's essentially what you're trying to do. You're trying to do that over and over and over again, and be able to rep when you sort of you let the big ones come to you, right? You let the big ones come to you after you've done it correctly. You go after one or two here and there after you've done it correctly so many times, and then it's a lot easier to go after a few later. But when you try to, you know what I'm saying, when you try to animalistic, when you trying to raw dog her, or you trying to you so worried about busting load that you can't enjoy the process. You know what I'm saying? You gotta you can't be so worried about busting that damn load. It's gonna happen, but you gotta be sweet. You know what I'm saying? You gotta enjoy the, you know what I'm saying, the tug of war, the yin and the yang. There's a lot of dichotomy. There's a lot of weird concept that comes along with throwing this ball, and I can't even explain them all. But one of my coaches originally said that to me, and I'm just now starting to understand that there's a lot of weird things that are contradicting almost. It's like, don't pull on the hammer, but at the end, theoretically speaking, you are supposed to pull it as fucking hard as you can, but you gotta wait till there's a finite time that you wait after that ball passes zero one last time, then you can pull on a hammer. So there's a time and a place for right before you about to bust your load. So there's a time and a place for everything, but there's a time and a place for it, and until you figure out that time and that place, you've got to do the reps. You've got to do the reps and do them consistently. Like I said, felt like I was like, oh, I'm on cloud 9. I was on cloud fucking 9. I said, no, that's I'm supposed to come out here and take 20 throws just like that. And it didn't feel like I was rushing through them. It didn't feel like I was taking a high intensity throw. And also, once again, my first indicator, my back was feeling pretty relaxed too. It wasn't being super tensed up. So notes to take, notes to keep in mind. It's going in the right direction. I can't be mad. The squats, the legs are half. The legs are going to be juicy. The body weights I think that's going to be a good little, until I figure out the weight room situation. That's going to be that's going to be a good little baseline. I need to incorporate the jumps with that, or try to figure out what the ratio of this, something like this, with some plyometrics, because I think the plyometrics are also very, very key factor from what I've seen with different thrower, different, and from shot put to discus. I mean, the plyo, there's something about the plyometrics and your reactivity to timing once you touch the ground or what have you that makes you, should increase your ability to throw, theoretically. But I hope that makes some sense. I hope I'm not completely fucking crazy. I hope somebody understands what the fuck I'm saying. But that's just about all I got. You already know what the deal is. Run on your toes, keep your mouth closed, lock your doors, and save your throws. Most importantly, let it fight another day. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. Tired of talking about fucking.